More breaking news meanwhile coming in right now. Congress leader and Women and Child Minister in the MahaVikasAghadi cabinet has struck a very controversial note as she says that they've just come to power. There is enough time to make money. Now this is going to be a big controversy. She's a minister in the Uddhav Thakur cabinet in Maharashtra and she's made this comment at a public rally, I believe. This comment has triggered another row and some careless choice of words, some would say, as far as the minister in the cabinet is concerned. Let's listen into what Yashomati, the Congress leader and minister, had to say.
काय गेम होता ते माझ्यापेक्षा जास्त तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. आपली काही सरकार नव्हती आणि आता म्हणजे शपथच घेतलेली आहे फक्त. तर खिसे गरम व्हायचे आहेत अजून. मला जिल्हाध्यक्षांनी आल्याला सांगितलं की ताई काय जमलं नाही बरं का म्हणे सेक्रेटरींना सांगितलं, सेक्रेटरींनी तुमचं नाव सांगितलंय. मी म्हणलं हो जरा थांबा बघूया, बोलते जिल्हा प्रदेश अध्यक्षांशी. ते आम्ही बघू बोलू, जे करायचं आहे ते प्रयत्न नक्कीच करू. पण जी लोक आपल्या विरोधात आहे त्यांचे खिसे बंबाटच भरलेले आणि त्यांचे खिसे खाली करायसाठी ते आपल्या घरी येत असतात ना. तो उनको नहीं मत बोलना. तो घर पे आई हुई लक्ष्मी को कहाँ नहीं बोलते. अरे लेकिन वोट पंजे को डालना.
Across to my colleague Megha Prasad for more on this. It's an embarrassing comment by Yashomati, the minister in the cabinet there. Although many will try and play it as a sarcastic comment, it's a careless, poor choice of words at the very least, Megha.
Well, Athar, one could actually read this differently. You might think that this is a careless choice of words. Perhaps at the spur of the moment just came out of her mouth. But there are many who would tell you, Athar, about her, that perhaps this is a real person and it is a reflection of who she is, or perhaps the politician that she is, which is what you are basically seeing as a reflection in these words. Now, Athar, I don't think I want to just restrict this to a particular person who said it, Yashomati Thakur, who is, shockingly though, a person who can speak in such language, is currently holding the position of the Minister for Women and Child in the state of Maharashtra, Athar. So to begin with, one must have this understanding that who we are talking about. That said, Athar, we must also, now understand when it comes to the entire of the Congress party, Athar, it was the Congress party in the month of December and then the Congress party in the month of January who were dragging their feet on number one, who will become ministers from their side, and then once they became the ministers, which portfolios will they get? The maximum bit of fight that we've seen in the Congress party, and for what, Athar? For the most plump portfolios, for example, the PWD portfolio, for which the fight was going on between bigwigs in the Congress party, because in all probability, PWD is seen as one of those portfolios wherein the scope to earn a lot of money by way of bribes and commissions is there. And that is exactly what, what's happening within the Congress party. This tells you the story of what's happening in the Maharashtra cabinet currently. The fights, the arguments, the ugly scenes that you are seeing between the parties and amongst the parties for themselves to get the plummest of the positions, the plummest of the portfolios. Because at the end of the day, for them, like one BJP minister, very senior one here in Delhi put it, that, they've been out of power for a long time. This is a time for them to go back and literally loot. That is what is happening. Loot machi bhi hai wahan par. It's what the opposition says. But then there are people who would tell you for a fact that this government, from the time it has come to power, it has only focused on who's going to get what and which party gets the maximum portfolio so that they are able to get rather hoard as much money as they can. Now, this is an extremely sad statement on the current Maharashtra government, but then this is an aspect you cannot ignore. And what Yashomati Thakur says this, and she says this in a public function, Athar. She says this in a public function. The Zilla Parishad elections are going on in the state of Maharashtra. She was campaigning there in an area called Vashim for these elections, and she says this out loud in a public gathering, and she says, we've just come to power, hamari jeb garam honi baki hai. I mean, how else do you read it? But the fact that, yeah, I mean, we still haven't been able to collect as much money as we want to. We've just started off. So it'll take some time for us to, collect the booty rather.
Well, let's take a look, Megha, at that big gaffe, and I can call it a gaffe right now, given the fact it's in a public rally and she's saying it with a straight face. Here's what Yashomati Thakur told her constituents. Take a look.
काय गेम होता ते माझ्यापेक्षा जास्त तुम्हाला माहिती आहे. आपली काही सरकार नव्हती आणि आता म्हणजे शपथच घेतलेली आहे फक्त. तर खिसे गरम व्हायचे आहेत अजून. मला जिल्हाध्यक्षांनी आल्याला सांगितलं की ताई काही जमलं नाही बरं का अजून. म्हणे सेक्रेटरींना सांगितलं, सेक्रेटरींनी तुमचं नाव सांगितलंय. मी म्हणलं हो जरा थांबा बघूया, बोलते जिल्हा प्रदेश अध्यक्षांशी. ते आम्ही बघू, बोलू, जे करायचं आहे ते प्रयत्न नक्कीच करू. पण जी लोक आपल्या विरोधात आहे त्यांचे खिसे बंबाटच भरलेले आणि त्यांचे खिसे खाली करायसाठी ते आपल्या घरी येत असतात ना. तो उनको नहीं मत बोलना, तो घर पे आई हुई लक्ष्मी को कहा नहीं बोलते. अरे लेकिन वोट